Hello, welcome back to Beauty Bee and to my beauty inventory for December of 2021. I cannot believe that it's been a full year since I did my first one of these. I also had a June update, and I will link both of those. But if you are here for makeup, sorry to disappoint, but that's actually going to be next week's video. This is going to be everything that's not makeup, so lip care, nails, skin care, body care, hair care. There's plenty that's getting covered in this video. It's just not any makeup. So, I will be going through the numbers from my last inventory along with displaying my lovely collection here before me. So, let's get into it. Okay, in category number 1, we have my lip care things. In my last video, I believe that these actually got combined in a single post with setting spray for some reason. I have no idea why I chose to do that, but I did. So in my last inventory, I would have had 8 lip balms, and now I am up to 10 items that I'm going to be putting in this category. Here we have 6 lip balms that are open, 3 that are unopened, and unfortunately, I think I owned all 3 of these at my last inventory, and quite possibly in my December inventory from last year. And then I'm going to be counting this as a lip balm just because I don't want to make another category for it, but this is actually a lip scrub. This is a rather recent acquisition. I wanted to get my numbers down slightly. However, that didn't happen. I do think that I used up 1 or 2 lip balms over the course of the year, and I don't think that I have directly purchased a single individual balm. This came in a set with several other items, and this was not the selling point of that set for me. I received this through FabFitFun. I got this NYX Bear With Me lip conditioner through Sampler, I think. And all of the rest of these I had owned at the last update. So I've been doing a good job, I think, of not purchasing individual lip balms, which is good because A, clearly I don't need them, and B, I'm actually kind of surprised that I've managed to stick to this because my lips are disgustingly dry in the last month or 2. But in any case, we're starting out on not a bad note. Let's see where it goes from here. The next category we have is fragrance. Again, last time I did one of these videos, this could be combined with another category, and now it needs to be split off on its own. But I'm actually not unhappy with this amount at all. Let's go through what I have. In my previous video, I had 5 total fragrances, 1 full-size perfume, which would have been this Oscar de la Renta one, 2 samples, and then I had 2 body mists. And the only one that is remaining from that is actually this Oscar de la Renta perfume. Now what I have are 3 full-size perfumes. These 2, the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille and Oscar de la Renta Bahia Blanca, I got through Influencer. This Tokyo Milk 20,000 Flowers Under the Sea I purchased myself. I bought a new body mist. This was actually part of the Pacifica set that I was talking about with the lip balm. This was the selling point of the set for me, and I really enjoy this. I've used up probably about 15-20% of it so far. I haven't owned it for that long. It's really, really nice. Moving on to Rollerballs. I have 4 Rollerballs. Technically, these 2 are perfume oils, but they're in rollerball format, so I'm going to count them in this category. I got both of these from Aroma G's Botanica, which is a shop that I found on Etsy. I bought these in July, maybe, sometime right around there. And I also have two more classic Rollerballs. I have this Gucci Memoir Juno Dare and Skylar Coco Colada. Really happy with those. And I have these 5 samples. I'm not going to run through the particulars of these, but I just got these not in a set, but I got a sample box from Bloomingdale's that had all 5 of these. Haven't sniffed any of them yet. Have no thoughts except for on the Valentino Born in Roma, which I have tried before and enjoyed. So I would actually not mind if this number crept up a little bit over the next 6 months. However, I definitely do not want to continue purchasing perfume at the same rate that I have been. I mean, I've added 4 Rollerballs, 2 full-size perfumes, a body mist, and I don't really care one way or the other about the samples, but if things went up by like 1 perfume and 1 Rollerball, that would be okay, or 2 items overall, but I'm okay with this. I have really been enjoying fragrance. It's not something I'd ever really been into before, and now I really like it, so I don't think that this is too bad of a stash for how much I've been enjoying perfume. And here's where things start going downhill. This is my body care category. I did not take things out of my shower. So if I had included those, that would be 2 body scrubs, both of which are pretty well used. I would say that one I'm about a quarter of the way through, and the other one I'm maybe 2/3 of the way through. And 2 body washes, both of which have some degree of use on them. And here's the other items that I have. So let's start with the largest category, which is lotion. I don't make a distinction really between hand lotion and body lotion. I just haven't been recently. I mean, yes, I will probably end up using this little one for my hands, and I will likely end up using the CeraVe one for my hands. But otherwise, I don't really see much of a difference. So in my last video, I had 4 body lotions. Now I am up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is strange because while I did add these 3, I have definitely used at least 1 up since my last video. I think that I did not count this in my last inventory, probably because it was sitting in my kitchen and I just didn't think to look in my kitchen for any kind of hand lotion. But I've only added 3 minis, so that's pretty good, actually, I think. I'm quite happy with that. I think that I can go through all 3 of these relatively quickly, and I actually don't have too much of this Bath & Body Works Be Happy hand lotion left either. This is a new category to me. This is body oil. I have 2 from Soul Body. I purchased both of these on clearance, and I've just been using them when I feel really dry on especially like my legs and my arms. I don't really care that these are glow oils and shimmering dry oils. I've been using this one more just because, I mean, I don't know what your lifestyle is like, but I really have no occasion to wear shimmery body oil. But no one can see it when it's under my pajamas or something, so I don't really care that these are glowy. I guess I could see myself potentially using this one that's not shimmery and more just glowy, but I don't worry too much about that either way. To me, they're just another moisturizer. As far as body wash goes, I had 5 in my last update, and I am still at 5, though the 5 are definitely smaller. I have one of these Bath & Body Works shower gels. It's about half used that is sitting in my shower currently, and I have a Suave body wash. So my 3 unopened ones, the ones I'm not currently using, are all really small. I'm very happy about that. And another category that is new just has one item. This is a bath bomb. This one's from Basin. I don't know if or when I'm going to use this. It needs to be when. I want to use this. I want to give this a go. I just don't take baths ever, so I haven't really made a point of using it yet. So my lotion category has gone up. My body wash category is more under control than it has ever been. And I have 2 new categories that I've introduced. I really thought this video might be more of a mess than it is looking to turn out to be so far. Cool. I'm alright with that. Now we move on to the first of 2 face skincare categories. This one contains setting sprays, which I guess I know why I put setting sprays in with lip balms last time, because I just don't have a good place for them. Sunscreen, eye creams, and then face moisturizers. So let's start with eye creams, because why not? In my last update video, I had 2 eye creams, and I still have 2 eye products. I guess this is not an eye cream, this is an eye roll-on from Botanics, and I have a retinol eye cream from Tony Moly. Neither of these was in my last video. I've used up both of the eye creams that I had in that video. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's fantastic. Next, we have sunscreen. I also had 2 sunscreens in my last video, and these are the same 2. I've really not been good at applying sunscreen recently. I know that's bad. I know I should be better about it. I'm just not good about it recently. Whatever. Moving on. In my last video, I had 1 setting spray. It would have been this e.l.f. Active. Since then, I have added another setting spray. This one is also from e.l.f. and is their Hydrating Coconut Mist. This e.l.f. Active one, I tend to use solely to wet my eyeshadow brush if I am applying a shimmer and having some problems with it. The Hydrating Coconut Mist I will use more as a traditional setting spray. So it doesn't surprise me that even though I've owned this one for significantly longer, it is still around and probably going to get used up after this Hydrating Coconut Mist. That doesn't bother me. I think this category is looking good. This next category is not looking as good. I think that this is a sign of things to come in the other skincare and then hair care categories. But these are my facial moisturizers. In my last video, I had 4. And let's see, which of them would I have owned at that point? I would have owned these 2. This is from Clinique. It is still not open. However, I actually had 2 samples, 2 identical samples of this product, and I used up and really enjoyed one of them. So I am looking forward to using this. I also had this Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer, and I keep telling myself that I'm going to just finish off the like third of the bottle that's left, but then I don't. So I think that if this is still around at my next update, I'll just declutter it. I don't need to keep this around forever. My skin just doesn't need this as much as it used to. This used to be quite good for me because I was more acne prone. Now, if anything, I can sometimes have very slightly dry skin. And knock on wood, I get very little acne these days, so it just doesn't suit me as well. But there's a part of me that wants to use it up just for old time's sake, which I know is silly, but that's the way my brain works. The new additions are this Flower Supernova Celestial Elixir. And this, I don't quite know what to do with this. What I have been doing is just on the days when I'm feeling really dry, I'll drop just, a small dropper full onto my hand, apply it, and then top it off with another moisturizer so my skin doesn't feel oily. But yeah, I need to continue to play around with that. I have this e.l.f. Jelly Pop Water Gel Moisturizer. I've actually used up a decent amount of this. I really like this, but I don't think it is great as just a one-step. I've been more often using it first and then topping it off with this Youth to the People Dream Skin. Superberry Dream Mask. I have used up quite a bit of that as well. I don't think that either of these is a particularly good product on its own, but together, I think these are wonderfully, wonderfully moisturizing. I have this 111 Skin sample that I have not yet busted open. This is only a half an ounce, so I feel like it should go relatively quickly once I do start using it. I have another, actually all of the items that I have left are pretty small samples. This one's from e.l.f. and is their Super Hydrate. Again, this is in a half an ounce. Stay. I have this one from Sugar Rush. This is the Don't Hate Hydrate. And there's not a whole lot in here. Yeah, this is only a 1/6 of an ounce or 5 mils, so that would go pretty quickly, I imagine. And then I have this one from Herbivore, which is a 1/4 of an ounce, or that would be 7.5 mils. So I definitely have a higher number of moisturizers than I had in my last video, and I don't want this to go up. In fact, I don't want any of these categories to go up. This is more than enough. This category, especially moisturizers, I would like to see go down probably by 2 or 3 by my next update. I mean, this one, if it's not gone, will be decluttered in my next video. And then I'm probably not very far at all from finishing off this Youth to the People one. And I'm sure that I can knock out another couple of these this winter. I feel like that's pretty doable. I think the key here is just not to add anymore. I don't need to really focus on panning things. I just need to not add anymore. Which sounds so simple, but can be so hard sometimes. Skincare Flat Lay number 2. This is cleansers and makeup removers, and then any kind of treatment goes in this category as well. So, like I did with body care, anything that's currently in my shower is not out, but I will include it in my numbers. So let's start with face wash. In my previous update, I had just 2 face washes. Right now, I am up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have another one in my shower. So I'm up to 5. In my previous one, I would have had a full size, I think Clean and Clear Morning Burst, or maybe like the Target version of Clean and Clear Morning Burst, and then another Clean and Clear cleanser. I've actually used up both of those, and I am on to another Target or Walmart or something version of Clean and Clear Morning Burst. I have this Tula skincare cleanser and 3 sample sizes. So the sample sizes make up the entire addition to this category, which I suppose is good, but also I don't really need 3 mini face washes. So let's go through what I have anyway. I have this e.l.f. Super Clarify, an e.l.f. Jelly Pop Watermelon Jelly Cleanser. I'm actually looking forward to using this one because I love watermelon scented products. And then I have the Pure Elise Pineapple Cleansing Gel. Again, another one that I'm interested in using first because I tend to like pineapple things, but also my skin has traditionally reacted pretty well to vitamin C face washes, and I think that this will fit the bill. So this is another category where I want to get down by like 1 or 2. I am fine with having a full size and then a backup full size and one maybe 2 minis. I think that 3 minis is a little bit excessive. Moving on to makeup remover. Again, I have one in my shower. It is the Pond's Cold Cream, and I have this oil-free eye makeup remover from Up and Up. I also had 2 in my previous video. They are the exact same 2. There's been no movement in this category. Both of these products are, you know, right around the halfway point. I've used up about half of them. Toner is not in a category that I would have had in my last video. This is the e.l.f. Super Tone. It's just a mini. I've really only probably used this 5 or 6 times, and I have made a decent little dent in it. So I imagine that this will not be around for much longer. Once this is done, I'm going to assess whether or not toner is something that I feel actually does anything for me, if it's a step that I want in my skincare routine. And we will see if toner ends up being a category that needs to be included in future videos, or if that's something that we can just knock out completely. Moving on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of single-use products. These are sheet masks for the stack of 5 we see here. And then I have these little peel pads. They're AHA peel pads from e.l.f. They came in a pack of 5. I've used up 2, so I have 3 left. I like having sheet masks and the e.l.f. items. Actually, all of these little e.l.f. skincare items we've seen in this pretty neon packaging all came in the same set. So I don't think I'd repurchase these. I do like having 1 or 2 sheet masks around, but I probably don't need 5. Overall, this category is not too bad. Here's where things have kind of gotten a little bit out of control again. This is my treatment portion, and I had 4 in my last video, and now I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In my last video, I would have had both of these, the ordinary masks, and I think everything else would be new since that video. So I have this Pure Elise charcoal mask, which I have actually liked quite a bit. I was kind of suspecting I wouldn't because it's pumpkin, and pumpkin scented things just do not tend to agree with me, but I really like this. I have this e.l.f. Moisturizing glitter mask, which I don't feel does a whole lot, but I want to give one or two more tries to before I just give up on it. This tea tree mask that I have not used. I have my acne spot treatment. This I am actually pretty good about using, but thankfully I haven't had a whole lot of acne recently. I have this Summer Fridays CC serum that I got in a FabFitFun, and I have been using quite regularly. I think that I might actually be semi-close to finishing this, and this retinol detox mask that I have not used. So again, this is an area where I would like to cut things down a little bit. I feel like I could probably finish this ordinary Argyroline solution as well as the AHA and BHA mask and the CC serum over the next year, or maybe even the next 6 months, with the exception of the AHA and BHA mask. The other products I feel might take me a little bit longer, though again, with this Jelly Pop mask, if I use it one or two more times and still feel like it doesn't do anything, I might just get rid of it. So this category definitely went up, but I think we have a game plan to get the numbers down, and I think that should be pretty doable. I'm no longer receiving IPSY, which I think is definitely going to be helpful for getting the numbers down, and yeah, I can do this. Let's get to hair care. I had to take a little bit of a break in there, so hopefully the setup is looking very similar. But the next category we have is hair care. This is flat lay 1 of 2, which you know the numbers are going great when last year you could do just 1 flat lay and now you have to move to 2. Fantastic. So this is shampoo, conditioner, and hair masks. Let's start with dry shampoo. I have a dry conditioner, but I have always just counted it in my dry shampoo category. I don't know why, because I have a leave-in conditioner category, but we're just gonna roll with it. In my last video, I had 3 dry shampoos. 2 of them would have been these Aussie ones, and I would have had, I believe, an additional Aussie dry shampoo. Since then, I have used that up, as well as another dry shampoo from Living Proof. I currently am working on both of these, and I have this Not Your Mother's as a backup. I additionally have a little R & Co one that I have for travel. So my numbers have gone up from 3 to 4, but I think that this category is in really good shape, actually. Moving on to shampoo and conditioner. One of these is a big shampoo, one of these is a big conditioner. This one is the conditioner, this one's the shampoo. Doesn't really matter. I had this in my last video as well. It says in, I think from last video, that I had 6 shampoos and conditioners. So now I have 2 shampoos, 2 conditioners, and a combo shampoo conditioner sitting in my shower. So here we have another shampoo. This is a very tiny little sample of a scalp scrub, but I use it as a clarifying shampoo. And then we have these little guys as well. These are from Drybar, and they probably have, I don't know, 2 uses, maybe 3 in each. But I'm still going to count them as a shampoo and a conditioner, which leaves me with 5 in the shower, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my numbers have almost doubled. They've gone up from 6 to 10. However, this is a mini These two are past the point of being minis. These are essentially just foil packet samples. This is the same. I actually do have a lot of product in my shower. So I think that this category is not looking great. However, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I believe that I have from Influencer or one of those brands a shampoo conditioner set coming to me. And I think that I also have a dry shampoo coming to me. So both of these categories are going to increase. I'm not too upset about the Not Your Mother's. The hair care, I need to stop saying yes to free shampoo and conditioner, at least for a little while, because I have plenty. I have probably a year's worth, and it's not really saving me any money if I eventually have to toss things. And you just need to keep that in mind. And then as far as hair masks go, I actually took these out of my shower. I don't know why I wasn't consistent in my taking things out of the shower versus not taking things out of the shower, but it's fine. In my previous video, I had 5 hair masks, and now I have 3, and they're all pretty small. And this, which is the biggest of them, is still quite small. It's 3.4 fluid ounces, and I am 2/3 the way through this probably. I'm really happy with this little category. I think once I use up this Garnier Fructis one, I'm probably going to purchase one larger hair mask. And I still like having something really bougie, really fancy around, especially because recently I have been, well, I just started using some leave-in product that essentially has a little bit of bleach in it, so I want to have something that can fix my hair if something goes really bad. But yeah, I'm really happy with where this category is at. I would like to still have 3 at my next update, but I would like it to be one bigger one and then 1 or 2 smaller ones. I think that would be good. Okay, time for our flat lay. Hopefully 2 of 2, possibly 2 of 3. We'll see how this fits. Well, my numbers went down by 1 as I was putting this out because one of my heat protectants, one that I had from Tresemme, was leaking everywhere and disgusting. So, yay, maybe? I mean, I'm glad that I didn't have to split this into 3 flat lays. So, let's get into it. This is not good. It's just not. Actually, I think I incorrectly classified this as a, oh, we're gonna keep it here. I called this a curl product last time, but we're just gonna keep things as they are. So let's start with leave-in conditioner. In my previous video, I had 3, and now I'm up to 5. Yeah, that's just how it is. I am currently using this one. The Biolage one is also open, but I've only used it a handful of times. I got this through Influencer, and I used it just enough times to feel confident in my review, and haven't touched it since. I am probably 2/3 of the way through the Saints and Sinners one, and though you will likely, I would assume that it will be gone by the next update, you will probably still see the packaging because I really like this style of packaging for leave-in conditioner. I like being able to just spritz it onto my hair. I find that much easier to distribute than like something that I would need to put in my hands first. So I think I will likely decant or pour some of these into my Saints and Sinners leave-in. Yeah, I think that this is the only one that I would have owned in my last video though, which I think is good progress at least. Yeah, these 4 would all be new. And they are this Biolage Smooth Proof, this Foxy Bay 12-in-1 Daily Leave-In, this Eden Hydration Custard. I will give this a go probably sometime soon and just see if it even works for my hair. If it doesn't, I have siblings who have thicker, more curly hair than I do, and I will see if they want it. And I have this Way leave-in. I had another sample of this. I'm not sure if I would have had it in the last video or not, but I had another mini of this. I used it up, and this currently is sitting with my travel stuff. Well, except for now when I pulled it out. Moving to heat protectants, I was at 2, and I am still at 2, though the products that are in this category have changed slightly. What I am currently using is this Pantene Heat Primer. I'm probably a third of the way through this. And the Tresemme one that I was talking about just a minute ago would have been the other one in this category. This is not new. This was just misclassified as a curl product in my last video because it is called the Professional Styling Invisible Roller Spray, but I just use it as a heat protectant. I don't know how else to use it. I've tried following their instructions and I don't think it makes my hair any more curly than it usually is. So, yeah. This category is actually, I think, pretty good. Once I use up the Pantene, I will probably allow myself to get a good chunk of the way through this product before I add a new one. I think that would be good. This is the basically just really watered down bleach that I was talking about earlier. This is the John Frieda Go Blonder. I have used this in the past. I decided to pick up another bottle of it because I just didn't get outside very much this summer, so I noticed that my hair didn't get any lighter like it usually does, and I want that. I want to at least pretend like I went outside and did stuff, so I bought that. I've only used it once so far. This does actually work. I've used it in the past. I've enjoyed it. I just need to be careful to have decent hair masks on hand because it could potentially really dry out my hair. Now for shine products. This is what I'm calling everything that's an anti-frizz product or a hair serum. Basically anything that I didn't know what else to call it, I call this shine product, and that's just what we're going to go with. In my previous video, I had 4, and now I am up to 6. So the 4 that I would have had in the previous video were, I think, these 4. I think they were the Ogx, the John Frieda Frizzies, Aussie Gloss Over Glossing Cream, and this Foxy Bay Anti-Frizz Finishing Cream. The 2 new items, I have this Biolage Smooth Proof Serum. This I got in the same Influencer package as the Smooth Proof Leave-In Conditioner. I also have this Pure Brazilian Smoothing Balm, which I have not used yet. Currently, I am working on really none of these. Like, I will kind of bop in between the Aussie Gloss Over, the John Frieda Frizzies, and probably one that I'm using most often is the Ogx Coconut Milk. I will put this in probably every other time I wash my hair or so. I think that if I use up any of these before the next update, which honestly I think is kind of unlikely, it would probably be the Ogx one. So this category has increased. I definitely don't need to add any more, though for full disclosure, I have a mini set that I purchased from Target that has a bunch of mini hair products. My intention is to split that up among multiple stockings and then keep 1 or 2 products from it. But I don't know which 1 or 2 that'll be. Hopefully though, none of the ones that I end up keeping will add to this category because this is ridiculous. I don't have very much hair. My hair cannot support this much product. Why is it like this? And then for curl products, just moving on, leaving that where it was, I had 3 in the previous video. I still have 3. 2 of them are the same. 1 of them is new. The new one is from Pattern, and this is their curl gel. I have used this several times, and I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life. Oh my goodness. Again, I don't have that much hair, so a 10 fluid ounce bottle of curl gel is going to last me 4.5 eternities. I have used quite a bit of this Aussie Sprunch Mousse. Not like a ton, it still feels almost full, but I have used this many times. This Nexus product I have had since the first video that I made. Well, also on my channel, but also my first inventory video, and I still haven't opened it. I kind of think I'm never going to at this point, but we'll see. Yeah, this whole category, this entire flat lay's a mess. Not great. I need to do better. But I also don't really think I'll go through very many of these products. Like, I might make some progress on heat protectants, and I can probably use up 1, maybe 2 leave-ins. Otherwise, these are just going to be with me until I gather up the motivation to declutter them. Well, on that depressing thought, let's move to nails. Okay, last flat lay, thank goodness. So, first up, we have this Manny Moments kit. This only has, I think, 2 more or less single-use packets in it. I haven't opened the box yet because I'm not going to mess with it until my hands get really dry in January, February. But that is my understanding of this product at least. So, new category, but I'm not worried about it. I have 2 bases. Well, a base coat and a top coat. And that is exactly what I had. Wait, I had 3 apparently in my last video. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, I have 2 now, so I guess that's progress, unless I just categorize something differently, which is also a definite possibility. So, moving on, here's one area where I have fallen in love with a very particular style of product, and it's made my numbers go up a ton. This is my toppers or glitter polish category, and I had 4 in my last video, and now I've doubled that number and gone up to 8. I think that the ones that I would have had in my previous video would have been this Sally Hansen Insta Dry Prismatic Shine, which may have started a little bit of an obsession. This Wet n Wild Fast Dry glitter topper. This Wet n Wild, I think this is called like Confetti Party glitter. And then I'm not sure what the other one would have been. But now I have been slowly expanding my collection of this Prismatic Shine line. This does not actually belong to the same line. This is one of their glitters. And really that might have been the fourth in there, but I'm really not sure. So now I have, I believe this is called Moonstone, yes. Conjure Copper, which is much of what I have on in this video. I just got this and Moonstone, and I haven't used Moonstone yet, but I've really been enjoying the copper one. This blue one, which is Cosmic Blue, love this so much. Twinkle Twinkle. This is the only one of these Sally Hansen ones that I have here that I would not recommend. This is just, you know, it's like that goopy, clear base with a lot of really big glitters in it. It's just, this is just such a nicer, smoother, prettier formula. Take a look at these sometimes if you're interested in super glittery nails. And the last of the Sally Hansen ones that I have is Pink Aurora. I need to stop going gaga over these, but next we have this People of Color nail polish. This is in the shade Anaconda. The Wet n Wild Fast Dry one and the Wet n Wild Confetti Party. So this category's gone up. I think that I could probably finish this in the next year. Otherwise, I don't really want to finish any of these, though I suspect that I might end up finishing this Cosmic Blue just because this is the kind of color that I like painting my nails anyway. I've always liked blue nail polish, and this goes with so many of the polishes that I have down here so well. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with where this number is at. Then we move to my other nail polish. Apparently I had 18 nail polishes in my previous video. I had separated out mini from full-size nail polishes in my last video. I feel like that was kind of silly, so I stopped doing that. And I just combined the numbers that I had into that 18 total. Now, though, I am up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm kind of surprised I only went up by 2, actually. I'm happy with that, but I am surprised. Let's go through which of these would be new since my last video. We have this Color Club one, this one from Sundays, Nails Inc., another Color Club. I think the Kiko one would have been around, as would that and that. Everything from Color Club is newer. This Fluid one is quite new. The Sinful Colors, the Law Beauty. This other Sinful Colors one is actually brand new. I haven't even touched this yet. And I think that the Sally Hansen one might actually be new as well, but I'm really not sure. In any case, there must have been quite a bit of turnover in my nail polish over the past year. I think that I have used a couple up. I decluttered a couple. So I think that I need to slow down a little bit. I should not be adding, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a 6-month period, but I'm not super unhappy with where these numbers are at. I do paint my nails. I mean, I'm wearing this peachy shade with Conjure Copper over it today. I paint my nails twice a week minimum, and I do rotate through things, so I don't don't mind having a bigger than average nail polish collection. I just need to keep an eye on this to make sure that things don't get too out of control. Which I feel is kind of the moral of the story today. I'm okay with having a little bit of a large collection, just in general for things, except for hair care because that's ridiculous. But I need to keep an eye on things because I know how easy it is to add 2 or 3 nail polishes to my cart when they're 25% off or something at Target. If that sounded very specific, it's because it was. That's because that's what I did about a week ago. And I just don't need to do that. I have my stash. I have the colors that I want to a large extent. And I should use a couple of things up before I bring in much more. I think that the likely candidates for things I could use up in the next year are this, obviously. I'm actually about halfway done with this. That Wet n Wild Confetti that we talked about earlier. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I ended up finishing some combination of these 3, even though they're actually fairly new to my stash. This Wet n Wild Fast Dry, I had in a project pan earlier this year, and then I decided I didn't really want to finish it. But I love this color. I use it a lot, and I think it'll likely just end up getting finished in the next year. This Sally Hansen Insta Dry in Sonic Bloom, again, I could see myself finishing this in the next year just because there's not a ton left. And another one, this is Time is Money. Same line. This is probably, I don't want to say it is my favorite, but it is absolutely among my favorite nail polishes. And though I would be sad to see it go, I think there's also a good chance that I will finish this one next year. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with a lot of rambling about soap and other things that honestly don't matter that much. But I just want to keep track of things. I want to make sure that my collections don't get too out of control, that my backup stashes don't get too insane, and this is one tool to help me do that. So if you are in a similar boat, or you just enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I think you would likely enjoy it around here. And I hope that you will come back and look for my next video. My next inventory is going to be put up a week from today, if I didn't mention that earlier. Time to wrap this thing up. See ya!